Ripple FX,
Episode 8.
season finale. So, we are diving right in. We're going to be talking about our experience here in Malta for the past 6 months.
Yes, the ripple effect in our life that led us to this very moment. It's a good way to finish the season and to just catch everyone up on what's going on in our lives and how it's been really, really exciting and very fulfilling for the past 6 months.
Yes, and we will start with some fun facts about Malta. So, Malta is the 10th smallest country in the world, and it has over 300 days of sunshine every year. So, those are 2 reasons why we picked it.
Yeah, and the process of getting here, for those of you who don't know, we're on a digital nomad visa. Malta is one of many countries who offers programs like this, and there's an application process we went through, and you have to meet a certain criteria, and it was very thorough when it comes to getting your information and making sure we still feed into the economy, like we get their health insurance. We obviously have to sign a lease for at least 12 months. So they have a really good program that helps benefit digital nomads like us, but it also helps their economy and helps us feed back into their wealth. So
Yeah.
I think that it was very progressive.
Yeah, and just before we get into like some of the pros and cons of living here and the process for the visa, we want to just talk to y'all about why we picked Malta. And so we wanted to go on an ancestral tour and go back to the places where we're from. And so we felt like Malta was a very strategic location because last year we were in Italy. My dad's side is from Italy, and we know partly his side and partly his dad's from Nigeria.
Yes, and Malta is right in between Italy and Africa. So it's very strategic for us, and we had a great time in Sicily last year. And I think that can lead us into going back to getting accepted to the visa.
Yeah.
Because there was a slight ripple effect in that.
Yeah.
And
And we're not going to lie, it was definitely a long process, the application process. It was
longer
very,
than we expected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very straightforward, but there was definitely a lot of paperwork involved. And we'll link everything in the show notes as far as like the application process and criteria if you're interested in applying. But it took longer.
Yes. And we had 90 days in Italy, and the normal tourist visa is 90 days. And
For Americans.
For Americans.
Yeah.
And we thought that the process would be wrapped up before then. It took longer than we expected, so we had to leave. Literally the last day we were in Sicily, we were waiting to hear back, and we didn't. So we were like, we already had a plan B. It was Tunisia, Northern Africa, and we already had places picked out in case it didn't.
Yeah.
In case it took longer than we thought. So it was slightly spontaneous, like, oh, we have to go to Tunisia, but we still had it planned out.
And it worked out for us to stay in Tunisia for a little bit of time because it ended up taking a while to also secure a rental place here in Malta. And I think that if we would have been rushing and just got a place immediately, maybe we wouldn't have been so happy with it.
Yeah, and we love our place here, and we can put in the social media posts, we'll put some B-roll of our apartment. We have a beautiful view of the Mediterranean Sea, and it's really, really nice.
And it overlooks Sicily.
Yes, we can see Sicily on clear nights. You can see the lights. It's incredible. One thing is, as soon as we got to Tunisia, the day we got to Tunisia, we got our acceptance. So we're like, oh, man.
Yeah.
And Tunisia's high rabies. Malta is rabies free, and we have our cat, Boca. So it made us stay in Tunisia. We had to stay longer in Tunisia. So these are all the things that were falling into place. So fast forward, we get accepted. We spend a great time in Tunisia. Beautiful people, beautiful food. And then we moved here in January.
Yes, and so far, some of the pros that we we've found living here in Malta is they have free public transportation, so that's amazing. We've never had anywhere else where we stayed be free public transportation, and
Yes.
so that's amazing. They are very progressive. So they have like very strict trash policies and they have separation. They're very big on like sustainable initiatives.
It's legal to grow cannabis, which I'm interested in. For digital nomads, it's nationwide 5G network. So the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi is really stable wherever you are, even here in Gozo on the island. Well,
Yeah.
Malta's an island too, but we're on the sister island of Gozo. It's much smaller, but still good stable connection for us to see you guys on the airwaves like this.
Yeah, and they really love their culture and really pride themselves off of their cultural events. So every weekend there's a different event and they have a lot of art, whether it's like performing arts like musicians or like artists, like artwork. They really are into all of that and that's been really cool to just experience and kind of learn more about their culture through.
Yeah, and they're very good at letting you know. Like every week, we'll have something in our mailbox with this weekend or this month's lineup of events, and they're always advertising it well. And
Yeah.
yes,
And the cons, I could only think of one, and it was just the fact that there's a lot more people trying to come here because it's really such a great island and because of the program that we just talked about. And so, because of that, there's a lot of construction, which is kind of sad because, you know, it's beautiful and we want to be able to preserve it. So,
yeah, and we can't say too much because we're adding to it by coming here. Obviously,
yeah.
Malta has like cranes everywhere. Here in Gozo, there's some construction right outside of our apartment. Locals who I've seen to talk to say that the island gets small, but I can't say I felt it yet, and it's easy to get to Europe, very cheap flights. We can get to Africa as well. So
Yeah.
I can't say that as a personal con that I've experienced yet. It's only been 6 months. So
Yeah.
musically, one thing about Maltese people is they love their culture, they love to connect, and it's about who you know here. And one major ripple effect that happened like our first couple of weeks here, we went into the capital of Victoria in Gozo. We went to this vintage thrift shop. Shout out to Tanya at Vogue Exchange. Got some clothes. We met her, and she's an amazing soul from South Africa. And we got to talking, told her we're on this program, and I'm a musician, I DJ. She's like, oh, you guys seem cool. I know exactly who to connect you with. So boom, she hooks me up with, shout out to Patrick and Nikki who run amazing events here in Malta. They're both DJs, very talented. And she just gave me their information. We connected, I talked to them, hung out a few times, and they've hooked me up with some gigs. And now I'm here DJing and gigging and meeting a lot of creatives through in the music scene. And it's been very fulfilling based off of one ripple in the
Yeah.
ocean.
Yep.
And it's just spreading and spreading, and it's really prevalent in our life, and that's the purpose of this podcast, is to highlight these experiences, and it never ends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Waves don't die.
waves don't die. So it's happening in our lives as we speak,
And in your lives.
and in your life. This is just our perspective.
And so this kind of brings us to where we are today. And so all of season one just covers our origin story. And so season two will focus more on the connections being made on the entrepreneurial landscape and as online business owners and musicians and that sort of thing.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
anything else?
Yeah, we've been tossing up the idea of opening season 2 to interviews. I feel like I would like to keep establishing us as our solo episodes, but I'd like to open the floor to you, our audience, and we can make questions on the Spotify and say, would you like to continue hearing us do solo episodes? Would you like to hear guests? Let us know. We'll
Yeah.
have the question for you to answer, and that might help sway our decision. Who knows?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add?
No?
Okay. So next, season 2, should be airing in September.
Yes.
And until then, enjoy your summer. Waves don't die.
See you
And
next
all the
time.
information will be in the show notes about the Digital Nomad program.
All the things.
All the things. Waves don't die.
Bye.
Peace.